I wonder, anybody going to turn up today, or are you all going to send me to Coventry for not speaking to you for nearly 2 weeks? We will find out any second or not now. Okay, apparently there's one of you there. Apologies for the sound. I've got no microphone, by the way. I think Holly borrowed the microphones to do something in her cabin, and she's locked them in there and gone, so I can't get them out. So hopefully, if you can let me know, can you hear me? Hello, Robin. Robin, can you hear me? Good afternoon. Afternoon all. Hi, Russell, Aidan, Stuart, Nick Foster from Yorkshire, Michael Webber. Can you hear me? Yes, you can hear me. That's okay. So the sound won't be as good as usual because I've got no radio mics. Holly's gone off of them. Hello, Peter Active, Will Snell, Simon, Pete Bailey, Stuart Grenfield, Sniper Reese Jones, Paul, Doug Contra, Phil C, Paul Carew, Nick Foster, Aidan Munley, NWA, okay, from Germany. How do you do? Robin, Simon, Michael Webber. There's a few of you there. Oh, it's 90 of you there all of a sudden. Yes, we can hear you. Thank God for that. I didn't know if this was going to work very well. So, hi from Perth in Australia, Jam and Dakota. That's about as far away as you can get in it. So, Nancy from Utah. Hi. Ellen here in Ontario, Canada. Thank you, Sean. Yes, we can hear you. Thank you. All right, there might be a little bit of lag on this, perhaps. So, hi. I hope I am well. Thank you, Kazoo. Eat more beans. I like beans, particularly the curry flavored ones. But you probably already know that, don't you? Brendan from Minnesota. Hello, Brendan, sir. Angela. Hello, Angela. Stuart Hamilton from hello, Kent. Okay. Are you in Kent, from Kent, or saying hello to Kent? Sharon Berristock, William Staley, Scott McKenzie from sunny Scotland. Right, not David Carroll. So I'll go through a few hellos while people are catching up. So, hi, we can hear you. Young Henry. Young Henry Kelder. Hello, you was watching for me. Oh, thank you. Lag is not a problem. Good. Hello from Kent too. Thank you, Rosie. So, any rain yet? No. It's forecast. Hang on, let me just double check. It's forecast to rain at. Oh, they've changed their mind. It was 4 o'clock. Now it's 7 o'clock. 40% chance of some rain. Maybe. Cameron Morton from Exotic Cirencester. Well, it's quite exotic. I mean, the church is very exotic. How is Queen Emma doing? Queen Emma and the family are down in Weston-super-Mare at the Circus. I was invited to go. They did have a ticket for me, but I did say that I had promised to come and do this, so I couldn't go. Excuse me a second. That's me going to block the microphone. I'm not wearing one. Bit echoey, but otherwise all good. That mic with the room's quite hard, walls in here, so yeah, so sorry about the sound, not as good as usual because no microphones for those of you that caught up. Holly did some live stuff in her cabin the other day, and I think she used the microphones down there and she's locked them in there, so I can't get it. David from Kentucky, hello sir. Afternoon down the road. Simon. That means I must be up the road then, or over the hill, one or t'other. Anyway, did you miss me? I mean, I've been gone for 2 weeks. For some of you, nearly a month. Have you missed me? Or if it's a case of, oh, thank God for peace and quiet. You should have cancelled us and gone with them. I made a promise, Marion, so I can't really, as much as forecast they would be down the road. That's true. Microphone cake coming up. Maybe. Yes. Farming Tiger, yes. Shaz, yes. Does that mean you did miss me a little bit? Good to see you back, thank you. Of course we missed you. All right, so I thought I'd do a few less. No, we didn't miss you. Oh, fair enough, that's near Scott. So that's Scottish humour. Yeah, we have been quite busy. No, that's not true. I've had busy days. When you start a silage, hopefully next week, if not next week, the week after. I've got to make sure the balers and everybody else is in line first. The grass isn't quite there. almost, but not quite. So after we've had one of Holly's pies for dinner. I had one of Holly's pies for dinner yesterday. It was very nice. I had lamb pie. It was spot on. Did you pass TB test, or did you share that news? I haven't. I've only shared the news of my TB test with the half a dozen people who actually messaged me and asked me. So I told them. Alan McNamara from South Africa missed me. So everybody's fine. TB, I'll put you out of misery. We passed. Okay, clear test. Went through yesterday, Friday with, hello David, Emma, our tester, lovely young lady. Last time she came to the farm to do a TB test here was actually her first ever TB test. Our vets quite often use us for training purposes. Apparently it's because I'm fairly laid back and we've got a fairly safe system, and if anything goes wrong I don't have a hissy fit and go into orbit, so they like to bring students here. Apparently that's what it is. So yes, we've passed. So the farm's not open yet. We're not classified clear TB until I've cleaned the sheds out, which is a job for this week. As soon as I finish another job I've already started, which you'll see. Got to clean the sheds out, get them all mucked out and get them sprayed. I'll video some of that because, in a second. Oh yeah, that. Can you see him? Hang on. Little. I went to squish him. I got him in the end. Yeah, he got away. Yeah, good news for TB. Huge relief for us. We did have one moment. I did record the TB test, and I had a microphone for Emma, which I put on the crush, and I had a microphone for me. So you could witness the whole thing. And do you know what I didn't do? I didn't turn the receiver on the camera. So the whole lot, no sound. I'll do something like that. Anyway, the main thing is we did pass. Yes, Owen, we will be putting some cattle over to the farm. Right now, on the day we finished test, I'd finished all the silage. The hay they're on, they're not that fond of, and they were literally breaking the fences down to get out in the grass. So I've had to let them out in the grass. There was no skipping or mooing or anything like that when we opened the gate. They got out the gate 30 feet, edged down, started munching straight away. They were hungry. So I thought I might record something, and it's like nothing. Just grass. Anyway, they are all out down the bottom left-hand field now, and they are quite happy. Farm 30, yes, Farm 30, 14-1, not 20-1, as it's written on the carton. I'll remember. Mike, thank you. So yes, that's the main news really for this last week. Is the animals are clear TB. We will be clear TB, farm opened up as soon as I've got the barns cleaned out. I am able to move animals from here to the farm even before I do that, because the two farms are linked. They're basically not being moved off of the farm. Although they're going to a different holding number, it's not off the farm, so I can still move them. But there's other things going on over at T'other Farm as well, which I have to finish first. So yeah. Did you get number plates? No, Marion, I did not. I've not given up. I have spoken to the boss man. He has promised to do it. He was going to deliver them. He forgot. I then rang up again and said I'll collect them. I rang him up on the Saturday morning, this is a week or so back, to collect them, and they've forgotten again. Apparently they're really, really busy. Has Mikey been tested for TB? No. T'other Farm, yes. T'other Farm. So yeah, if I'm honest, this last week, although we have been busy and I have been keeping myself out of mischief, I have had as much quiet time and peaceful time and downtime as I can, because in the next month, I think we're going to get really busy, and it's going to be long days, long hours. Silage making, we want to move all the muck from here to T'other Farm, so Reg is coming in on that. So there's going to be lots of Reg and big tractor and big trailer and skid steer and whatever action to come. So basically I want to clear my backyard, get everything from here over there, which is going to be quite a few trips. It's going to cost me a fortune in fuel, but it needs to be done. And then as soon as we've got the crop off, the barley off in summer, we're going to spread that. spread it, disc it in, chuck in some mustard seed, and then we'll be away for the winter months. So, Andrew Warner, good afternoon, sir. Why couldn't you move them over last year? That was because the farm was under your father. Now it's no. The reason we couldn't move them over last time was because of the 60-day periods. When we were shut down last year, it was the wrong time. And although we did have a 6-month window, the 6-month window was in the wrong period. So we decided to make hay over there instead. So this time, the 6-month window is between now. I haven't got a test again until, is it November? So by which time they'll be coming back anyway. And we should have thinned out then, and we should have everything that we want to be in calf should be in calf by then. Yeah, it's gonna get busy. I'm gonna have a few more grey hairs by the end of the time. Have you checked Funky's new forest for him? No, I did see his video. That's something that's been on the cards for a while, but that's his business. I'm not going to talk about that. But I'm glad it's finally, after such a long time with him waiting for this to happen, I'm glad it's finally happened, and I'll be quite happy to go over there and give him a bit of assistance with trees. Happy. Silly season started. Yeah, so here, oh, it's raining. 11 minutes past 4. I don't know if you're going to be able to see that. Hang on a second. Can you see that against the dark? I don't know if you can. It was only a little tiny... It wasn't real rain. I'm hoping to get some real rain in a minute. It is raining. Made the dogs run in anyway. So we just need, I don't know, half an inch over the next 24 hours would be quite nice. That would make the barley really, really happy. Reg pulled up a piece of our barley yesterday and counted 14 tillers off of one seed. And then I looked at it and I counted 17 tillers, but apparently he didn't count the 3 little ones. Is the raining going north? I live in Shropshire. We can hear it as well now. To be honest, I'm not sure which way it's going. It seems to be going north. So yes, you can see the raindrops. And yeah, hang on, quite excited about it. Right. Oh, that's typical. Bloody stop as soon as I pull that up. So, I bet it starts again now. I hope it starts again now. Anyway, we could do with a bit of rain to settle the dust and help the barley. So, but yeah, so Reg pulled up a plant yesterday. He counted 14 tillers. I counted 17. If we get this rain, that might mean that even though we've got spaces in our rows, thank you. Here's the link to the phone for the new machine. What link to fundraiser for new machine? I don't know what you mean with that fault, sorry. Thank you though for 100 sec, whatever that means. Thank you, appreciate that. You put me right off my stride now. Yeah, it's tilling out. Hi from Tipperary, right Phil? It's Trish, hi. It's tillered out and it's thickening out lovely. Chippenham, okay. Swedish. I knew that, I was just testing to see if you're not paying attention. Yeah, there is a little bit of moisture about. We do want a lot more, but if we get some rain today and tomorrow, there will be. Here it comes. I can hear it hitting the roof now. It will be massively beneficial to the crop. I know a lot of people. One of our neighbours planted his spring barley a few weeks after ours, and it's hardly even germinated. I think he's quite disappointed with what he got. So, Mary will be staying for a few years, Owen, unless she fails a TB test. Mary is only five-ish, something like that. So most of our cows stay with us until they're at least 15. We have got one cow, number 110, that will be going. She will have to go for cull, and that's only because she has a very, very weak back end. And if she carries a calf, the cattle are running up. If she carries a calf, she tends to prolapse, and I don't think that's fair on the cow. So the cows are running up. I don't think you're going to be able to see that. Hang on, I'll show you. Can you see down there in the corner cattle running up the field?
I could see it. I just look at them.
What a bunch of pussies. You'd think they'd be reveling in that. Oh, it's raining. Oh, I'm going to get wet. Right. Dave 157. Yes, we did pass our TB test. Yes, we did. We are 21 degrees yesterday. Mellow hedge. Okay. Hi Ian Orr. Thank you, Tom. Right, so I know I've completely lost track of where I was again now. Rain, if we get some more, good. Warm rain, great. The moisture levels at the farm are down about 3 inches, 3.5 inches below ground level. The root tips of our barley was established enough that it was below that. But yeah, another week of this and the leaves would have started curling up and we'd have had real stress problems. So far, we seem to be getting away with it with skin of our teeth. But so yeah, in the next couple of weeks, we'll be mucking out. We'll be transporting muck over to the farm. Reg is going to do a lot of that. My skid steer will not load his dump trailer. It won't reach. So I think the plan is he's going to do a lot of that for me. He's actually bored. He's been ringing me up on the afternoons going, Ian, what have you got to do? I've run out of stuff to do. And he's bored. So that's what happens when you get retired. And I said, well, yeah, you can come and do it, Reg, but if I could, as long as I can afford it. Because there's a lot of 5H1T over there needs to go to the farm. For me, hello Castor, all right mate. For me to transport over will take a lot longer. He can carry 3 times what I can on my trailer. But was that 15 years? Well, that's good to know. 15 years. I don't know what that means. It was a pass, Don. Oh, sorry, Don. Did you ask what it was? Yes, we passed TB. So I could have put that in the title. We passed TB, but then a lot of people would have gone. They're only here to find out if I passed TB. Then they wouldn't have bothered coming. So maybe. So yeah, so the Reggie's manager who's coming over, his tractor's coming over, his big dump trailer's coming over. He's going to be going backwards and forwards, emptying my fuel tank to take the muck over there, and I'm going to be in with the skid steer in the shed, getting it out probably while he's doing it, and then I don't know if I'm going to be doing that before or after mowing. So that depends on the weather where we are, but I need to get the sheds cleaned out. We are here for you, for Mr. P. Thank you, Scott. So, hang on. Yes, mate, we did pass. Well, you could have been here for her. I mean, she doesn't look terribly interested, does she? Psst, what's that? Squirrels. Rabbits. That was the, I know you're lying. So, yeah, I'll get up, but hang on with it. The word of the day is not Muff Mike because she's not here. The word of the day is past, or clear, or happy, or thank God for that. No, that's 3 words. 4 words, isn't it? Are you going to chuck hard ground? If I can afford it, yes, and if I can get hold of it. So I think transporting the muck from here to the farm is going to cost me a few quid. Reg's time, fuel, anything else. Do I want to put some hardcore and stir the? Yes, I do, but I don't actually need that until end of the year. So I'll wait until after maybe we've hopefully sold a bit of barley and I can get a bit of money back into the account, because until we've sold the crop, the farm's going to be skint. Okay, I'm going to be lending the farm money until I'm paying the bills, until we sold the barley, and I got a nasty feeling that once we sold the barley, it's going to be just about enough to pay everything that I pay it this year, if you know what I mean. So it's going to be, and again with these tariffs and trade deals and all this other stuff, I don't know what it's going to do to the price of our products over here. I can't see it enhancing the prices of what we produce over here. I can only see it reducing. So Owen Finn's been a member for 11 months. Thank you, Owen, that's very kind. Wabbits. No. You got stuck in your beard. What? I wish I'd asked now. Farmers always skint for summer, come autumn, it spend it all quick. Yeah, before the taxman have it. I don't actually think this autumn, because bearing in mind we've had to lend, Bradley Farm has had to lend to the farm a load of money to get it started. So Trevor Farm's got to pay back Bradley Farm, which is going to take, I reckon, 2 years before T'other Farm actually makes anything. Does that make sense? So you have to speculate to accumulate, and unfortunately, growing a crop speculatively is quite expensive. Scott's been a member for 52 months. Thank you, Scott. I mean, one day you might get your name up on a number plate in the barn if our number plate people get their ass into gear and do it. Are you coming to the Clan Champions in Ireland? Unlikely. I think this year, I haven't spoke to Richard about it. We're probably going to do something like the Royal Welsh or Cornwall or something. Our concrete yard is this year. Concrete in the yard is not going to happen. All the money that we put aside for, we wanted to put another 15-foot extension on the barns coming this way, and we wanted to concrete the little shed. That was what we earmarked for this year. And then of course Dad gave me T'other Farm, so all the money we had for doing those bits over here, we've had to scrap those plans and go over there. So you have to plant something. So building a roof or putting some concrete down won't actually earn any money for the farm. Whereas planting a crop, although you have to pay a load in, it should earn some money for the farm and put some back in. So you have to do what you have to do. Anybody who runs a business will know exactly what I'm not talking about. I think I know what I'm talking about. I half convinced myself I know what I'm talking about. Sam and David have moved into their cottage. They are ecstatically happy. Somebody live with my neighbour cutting 2 large limbs. If the neighbours cut 2 limbs off of your, what was it, an acer, tad early, but as long as he hasn't cut it past your boundary line, and as long as the tree is not covered by TPO or conservation area, and he must offer you back the cuttings, even if you don't want it, he must offer it back. If he disposes of those cuttings without your permission, that is theft. So yeah, and it depends on the size of the wound, to be honest, Debbie. If it's the bigger the wound, the more the problem. So yeah, without seeing it, it's difficult to tell. And a lot of it's down to, did you have clean kit to cut it with? Is it a clean cut? Is it a ragged cut? There's loads of variables on that. Would you make more money putting beasts through them? Didn't quite understand the question, Dave. Yeah, from Stoke-on-Trent. Hello, Anthony. Timmy Beasley. Sheep, calf, sheep, calf, sheep, calf. I think. Okay. Marion's been a member for 55. Thank you. Mrs. P knows what you're talking about. Mrs. P sometimes knows what I'm talking about, and sometimes she tells me I'm talking something that begins with B and ends in Ollocks. So, Brendan Looney is late, but only 20 minutes, Brendan, so it doesn't matter. Lord Nick, thank you, mate. So yeah, big shout out to all the members, because as you folks know, you make a terrific difference to the farm, and it really, 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 really is appreciated. And if you've, so to your members, go on to my posts on the page, go on to the community bit. I've put a little question up on there, including a vote for especially UK members. So if you go on there and have a read of that and see what you think and come back. At the moment, it's 50-50. It's a ragged cut as I used a saw and ripped it off. Right. If you've got me on Instagram or Messenger, Debbie, send me a photograph and I'll have a look at it. And if you can give me something with scale so I can see the size, I may or may not be able to give you some advice. So, can you please send this message to my best friend Samantha, and good luck for her new house. Best wishes, Simon from Devon. Yes, she's had. Joan Smith from Florida. Hello, Joan. Third service for the Tratter. How are you doing, please, and thank you. Kevin, he's okay. He's actually quite happy now, because Emma's looking after him now, doing a lot of things, and I don't think he's laughed quite so much, because she is quite naughty and she keeps him on his toes. So yeah, he's quite happy. Yeah, yes, we did pass it through the market. No, David. No, if I put our dexters through the market, they probably make half, because the problem with markets and the abattoirs and the beef it's graded, and they would downgrade my beef partially because of the size of the cuts, because Dexters are small. So the markets, the supermarkets want, the bigger the animal, the better, basically. They want big animals, they get more cuts out of it. So no, we make far more, although it's more hassle going at the farm gate. And the other thing for me with that is I get a lot of feedback from that. So I get so many people ring me up and message me telling me how much they enjoy it. So yeah, I prefer it to say. Will we be getting a bull? We might be getting a bull for a sweeper, Kevin. I had Sam from the vets come in the other day and we were talking about AI. So he's gone off to look at availability and pricing of straws. We're probably going to do it in 2 sessions. We are now looking to calve next year, this time next year. So we've got a couple of months now to get ourselves organised. And I think the idea is to do the AI, and then once they're out, once they've done both sets of AI, we will get a bull in. Haven't chosen which one yet. Right, Howard from Texas, and he can sweep up whatever's left. Do you still have some animals? Same animals? Yes, if that was saying so. Will the videos be keeping to the same schedule during the summer with one every day, or will you be cutting back? Because I will try, Owen, to do one every day. But now with 2 farms, time is, I need to have a little bit of time where I can just sit down and do nothing. So, and I do enjoy a little bit of time to sit down and do nothing. So, Dun Abbey wedding is her business, not. Oh, okay. Do you still have Sam the vet's sheep? No, they are gone. Have you thought any more about what you're going to? Yes, we have. Sam's goats. So we are looking at the potential of Dexter straws, Wagyu straws, because the market for Wagyu, and I don't get it, is mad. Devon Reds and Lowline Angus. That was the 4 we're looking at of putting across the cows. So the small heifers, the youngsters will have Dexter and Wagyu, and the larger animals will have the Red Devon and the Lowland Angus. Will I be out haymaking next week? Silage first, mate. We're going to go and wrap a load. So although I don't particularly like paying for the wrapping and all the extra costs involved with that, it does mean I can store stuff outside. I would like to keep a bit more kit under cover for the winter months. Have you checked the trail cam? No, because the trail cam at the moment is in my office. I haven't got it out. So collecting all your big stones. I haven't got enough big stones to that, mate. Scott, we're all family here. Okay, I don't know what that. Any thoughts on US trade deal with Trump? I don't know. I got one side saying, oh, it's a good thing, which is mainly the side from over there, the side saying it's a good thing. And then our government saying it's a good thing. And then I got people like Holly Harrison saying it's a bad thing. So I haven't read into the fine print of actually what we've agreed to. So I don't know. I don't think we had a choice. And I think with a president like Trump, it was a case of it, take it or leave it. And I think we, especially things like our car manufacturer, that we had a choice of suck it up or go broke. So we don't like it. I don't think it's going to be great for us, but I think it's the lesser of 2 evils. Maybe. But don't take my word for it, because I really have not done that much research into it. All I've heard is 2 sides of a story. Didn't you used to only post 3 videos a week? Yes. Yes, before the pandemic, I did 3 videos a week. I went to a daily video because my mum was in a nursing home. We couldn't go in and see her because of the pandemic and the restrictions on that until they classified her as end of life. Then I was allowed to go every day. But we bought her a smart TV, and then I did videos every single day so she could keep up with it. That's why I went on to daily. Farmer P, wish you was here not as the person you can enjoy. Large elephant foot puff page. How is Abby doing? I have no idea. Is paying wherever I think we should be allowed to see Funky Farmer too. Well, Richard is on about doing a membership. he spoke to me about it a couple of weeks ago. He said he's always resisted it. It's always with him. It's kind of, oh, I don't know if I should. Don't know. Oh, it's going to make me less popular. I go, mate, you can't be. You won't be less popular. To carry on. So and people support you. They want to support you and appreciate it. He goes racing that Brands Hatch. Oh, well, motor racing. I don't blame you. I mean, you're more interested than me, burbling on. Have you got much silage left? I see a lot of people have loads left over. All of our silage, we used our last bale of silage last Thursday, the day before TB test. We've still got about 100 bales of hay left, and I'd say 60 of those bales are good, and 40 are mediocre, but they'll eat that sooner than their toenails, if you know what I mean. So we're okay for food at the moment. So Pigeon Mead will be mowing, and then over at Tether Farm we're going to be mowing Showground and Crookhorn. So we've got about 30 acres to cut, all told, first cut. And then maybe we'll cut a bit of the back of Fifi's as well. Would you come over for a day trip to West Yorkshire with Biscuit? You never know. Nancy, I hear the same thing as you with the trade deals. I live in the US. Yeah, as we don't know. I mean, Trump is definitely pro-American and do his best for the country, which is, to a degree, fair enough. But he's not making himself many friends while he's doing it. So I hope it doesn't come back and bite him in the ass much. So we'll see. I don't want to get into American politics. Nothing really to do with me, apart from when it affects us, and we don't know yet. We don't know how it's going to affect it. Good afternoon, Sandy. Brendan, lol. He's pro-UK too. He, to a degree, he is. But he doesn't like the Chinese, does he? Yeah, that's getting his politics. When will you start first cut? Try JSB Agri Pro, bud. Okay. If you cut down on video, is that oh, right, okay, thank you. Think we'll be looking for hay soon. There's not much grazing grass here. It's dry enough to make hay. So the option might be, if I mow it and there is, I might make hay. It really is it really is just down to the weather. Where is Biscuit, Kevin? She is there. Same place as she was 20 minutes ago. Have you serviced the mower yet? No. It was one of those things. Hang on. Oh, I've made a muddle of that. One of those things where I might as well do it when I put it together. When I put it on, so literally I'll be servicing the mower probably the day before I use it, or maybe even on the day I use it. You're a farmer first, filmmakers, and so many other jobs to do. Yeah. YouTube. This is still just a hobby. This is not my business or how I earn a living. Although it helps, you know, which was a surprise. We never thought that YouTube would earn money, but it does, and it definitely does. Have we sorted out the water leak in the field? No. So the water boards say it's not them, and to be honest, in the last couple of weeks, it has slowed right down. So we're now aiming back towards, is it leaking out of the pond? Is that where it's coming from? He's making things easier. Yeah, again, American politics. I think everybody. I think it's a case of he thinks it's going to be a bitter pill for everybody, but America will eventually benefit. I think that's what he thinks. So we'll see if that helps. Has Sam fixed her dishwasher? I don't know. Dave looked quite happy earlier. No, so I think it's going to bite everybody to begin with, Nancy. I think everybody's going to suffer for it, but it has woke the world up to, you know, making deals. So whether that's a good thing, all this unfair though, and being unkind. I didn't know that the EU and everybody had been unkind to America and taken you for granted. I honestly didn't know. I always thought America did quite well out of everything, being as richest country in the world, apparently. I mean, were we robbing you that bad? Would you not think about doing AO if... No. These are Dexter's, Owen. Although Dexter's are known for easy calving, why would I put a cow to the stress of putting a great big animal like a Charolais or a Simmental or something like that for a Dexter? It would be cruel. So no, I wouldn't even consider that. I would welcome Trump over the idiot we have at the minute. You mean our own idiot? Yeah, well, and unfortunately, our idiot talks towny. He doesn't talk country. So we are aliens and not very important because there's not many of us. So, sorry, I didn't realise that. That's all right, Owen. If you don't ask the question, they don't. So it's a case of, it would be like, I was very nearly impolite then, but it's, you can make money from YouTube. You can make money from YouTube. Yeah, you can. Yeah, and this channel is make. This channel, my hobby, actually earns more than the cattle do. In fact, I said that publicly a year or so back, and that's still the case. Could Funky be getting into making cheese? You never know. You never know. I think a lot of these small dairy farmers, and I don't want to speak for them, but I think a lot of them are going to be forced into the diversification. Because if we start getting these trade deals, and we're starting, or we already get a lot of milk and stuff from the EU, and whether it comes to the same standards as ours, I don't know. I mean, apparently our red tractor inspectors do go abroad and check other folks out, but is it the same? I don't know. I don't know. So I don't think you can believe everything you read on the pot. So, Dave, it is true. YouTube earns more money, and it's my hobby, than the farm. And that's not something I'm gloating or happy about. I think it's actually really sad that the farm cannot earn, even the two farms together now. So if I add the potential income of this farm and the other farm, so the 162 acres, if I add the two together, if we have a good year, and we've actually crunched these numbers, if we have a good year and get everything we think we can get, I will be lucky to walk away with half minimum wage total. Once all the bills at half. So yeah, like 13,500 quid. If it all goes well. That's mad, isn't it? So how a lot of these farms manage, I have no idea. Because that 13,500 quid is basically what it will cost me to plant next year's crop. Do you see what I mean? It's not like, oh, 13,500 quid, I can go spend that on a couple of good breakfasts. No, you've got to put that away so I've got enough to buy the seed and the sprays for next year. So the farm will, in effect, and I'm not whinging and moaning, it's just the fact is the farm will actually earn no money. Doesn't matter how many hours I do or don't put in it, it will not earn any money. So, is the dumper fixed yet? Well, let's put it this way, the dumper works, I could drive it around, it still wants a fuel filter. So, kind of, but not really. Nearly. Yeah, a bit of a rain to help your barley. Yeah, so it's coming dark again. I think we might actually get a bit more. That is looking quite black over there. So we do definitely, although I'd like it over there a bit as well, because to the farm is like 9 miles that way. So we could do it over there. It's thundering in Cannes, is it? I've not heard any thunder. So the farm could be in trouble if that's right. Yes. Yeah. If we haven't relied on the farm here ever to earn a living. That's why we run the tree company. That's why I went off and got myself qualified as an arboriculturalist, and why we've been doing tree work since 1989 is because the farm has never earned a living, ever. So, Angela, you will have to ask Abby. I have no idea. Are you going to plant some trees? I will plant some trees, yes. Got the son in Sussex, Scott's happy. And James is not in his truck. Where's the words of wisdom from the background? They are, hang on, I'll tell you, are they on their way back yet? They were down in Weston-super-Mare. Where are they now? I think they're still there. So they are down in Weston-super-Mare at the circus. So, which, like I said, I was invited to go, but I decided to stay here and talk to you folks instead, all 396 of you. I did wonder if anybody was going to turn up today and go, well, if you can't be bothered to talk to us, we won't go and bother tuning into him, but you have. So What is my favourite cake? Coffee. Lovely day for it. Well, if it rains, I actually want some rain. So normally on a Sunday afternoon, I'm cutting my grass, but all I've got out there to cut is a few buttercups, tops off some dead dandelion heads, and that's about it. The grass isn't, even on the lawn, the grass is not growing. So, how's your funky farmer tree? That's okay. It's out there. That actually might get transplanted next year. We might move that over to t'other farm. So we'll see. Thank you, Stuart. Right. My favourite type of tree. The easy answer would be English oak, wouldn't it? Because it lives longest, it's majestic, it gives life to everything. But actually, I'm quite fond of the lowly hawthorn, which is actually the mother of the oak. There's an old saying that the hawthorn tree is the mother of the oak. And actually, whatting my grass, are you? Yeah, it is. We definitely need some rain. Problem, Nancy, is that the farmers aren't in charge of the trade. It's the dealers and the governments and everybody else who's in charge of trade. They make decisions that affect us. We have no power in that. That's one of the reasons I'm happy to keep doing my Dexter beef out of the farm gate. I basically have control of it from start to finish. Apart from TB testing and the rules and regulations, animal health and welfare and all that stuff, which is, they're all fair enough. I control everything from start. Oh, look at this. Hopefully you can see that. Rain. Bit dark up there. I know you want to start like that for you. I'm looking at the window. I'm looking at the window. She said, "What are you looking at?" I said, "A rabbit." Was it a squirrel? Was it a rabbit? Maybe a pigeon. All the cattle have just bolted into the barn. I've got the reds down. Ooh, it's raining. So, try to go country show Orkney as 10. Okay. What is the oldest tree on our land? Will probably be quite likely an oak. So we got a couple of pollard oaks on the farm, and yeah, that probably. How you're just thunder. So thunder. I know a lot of you folks don't like thunder and lightning, but for lightning for me is great because lightning deionizes the air and nitrogen falls out the sky. So wherever you get a lightning strike, you get like a nice big green patch of grass because lightning is good. As long as you're not standing underneath at the time. Country show in Orkney is what I wouldn't mind going to that. I will say when I'll send a thunder in Cardiff. Minimum wage is 30k. Oh well, I'm going to make less than half minimum wage then. So we worked out 30.5k if everything goes well. So that's working on today's prices for malting barley. Okay, so that's the malting grade barley, not the standard. If you get bog standard barley, we'll be lucky to make 6. So, have you ever seen a chocolate oak? No. You're confusing national average wage with minimum wage. All right, well, whatever it is, we could do many hours work, spend a load of money. So to make that 13,500, we will probably spend about 25 to get to that. So, yeah. They say farming is one of the biggest gambles in the world, and they're not wrong. So, Stone Circus used to use lightning for fertilizer back in the days. Okay. Mr. P, you need a password to get to Orkney. Nah. I'll swim, you'll be alright. Met Office warning. So, oh, look at it. We need this. Do you know, I got half a mind. I got half a mind to leave it there, and then you can see the rain and me smiling. I thought, what if I move it that way a little bit? Hopefully you can still hear me, but yeah. The only thing is, the wife and family are going to be travelling north up the M5 in this. which they won't like very much. Sonny Hastings from Haggis. How you doing? We could do some rain on the borders. Yeah, well, we all need a bit of rain. So they are, according to this, they're still there. They're still at the Circus. So they've been there for 1 hour and 38 minutes. A lot of yes. Well, there's history everywhere. I mean, oh, that's it now. This is making me very happy. I just hope we're getting this at Itchington, because over at Itchington, I'm going to turn you around again. Over at Itchington, which is over that way, the sky is a lot lighter. We need it here, but we need it over there too. Did I shut my van windows? Right. Well, I've only got 15 minutes to go. I'll go and check in 15 minutes to find out if I'm going to get a wet bum or not. It's sunny in Dorset, so I must have gone past you. Hang on, let me just check the weather app a second. No, I don't want that. I don't want that. No, I don't want that. I don't want that either. No, I don't want that. I want that. So, this is where our weather is at the moment. This is, we're on the edge of it. So it looks like we're not going to get an awful lot. Unless this stuff down below is going to come up through as well, which I won't mind. Yeah, I'll go and check the rain gauge when this is finished and see how much. This might suddenly be a couple of mil. How's you and the famous biscuit? Biscuit is good. Biscuit, hang on, I'll turn you around. Just so, because everybody loves Biscuit, even though she is quite possibly the grumpiest dog in the world. So, everybody comes over, oh, isn't she lovely? Oh, she's grumpy, isn't she? Yeah. No rain and broil. Are you think I'm getting more chicken again? Not at the moment. The problem with chickens and everything else is the bird flu thing in the winter and autumn months. I just cannot be bothered with it. I just don't want the hassle. It's raining that fast now, the gutter's overflowing. Complete dry in Norfolk. Which circus are your family visiting? I don't know, Neil. All I know is it's, if you Google Circus Western Supermare, it'll probably pop up, so I don't actually know which one. Had hail in Florida yesterday. You don't want hail. That's no good for your crops. This is alright. Hail, not so much. So, how is the gosling doing? The gosling is still... I haven't actually seen it today, so I can't tell you absolutely honestly, but yesterday, it was fine. So, yeah, the gosling is good. Linda, it's sunny in North Hampshire. Right, well, this is definitely going north. Maybe even a bit northeast, actually. Playing tricks with my eyes. 1 minute it's going that way, next minute it's going that way, and I don't know. I think it's the trees waving about, confusing me. So, not Giffords at Sudley Castle. Don't think it's Giffords. I got a couple of friends that work with Gifford Circus, so I hadn't heard anything. You need to do a video of Granny from Corner Farm. I'll leave that with Eddie. Yeah, I get on very well with Helen and Tony, but yeah, no, I'll leave Granny to Eddie. It's Eddie's mum, not mine. So. It came from the sky. That's true. That is true. So, right then, rain in Cam now. Okay. You probably don't need it quite as much as me, unless you've got a garden. Then you probably need some as well. But our barley, like I say, at the moment, it's not that stressed. A lot of people's is. This will be very welcome. And apparently, we've got rain on and off for the next 24 hours, which would be great because it can just bring that field capacity back up a bit nearer where it should be. So, Dave 15, she's great. She's my cousin. Well, Granny is. Helen, do you have any much out of the clips you shoot when you're winding up Holly, or is it? So sometimes I have to cut bits and some bits I can't use at all because she does tend to swear a bit when I make her jump. Has the dew pond dried up? There was probably about 14 inches left in the bottom of it. This will definitely help. Once I cut the grass in the morning, it can rain here. Yeah. Have the cows come in or are they having a shower? No, they have all come in the shed. They are all. You'd think after being shut in for 6 months, they'd want to stand out and have a bit of rain on the back. This isn't cold rain. This is warm rain. No, they're all in the shed. Need some rain, but not much. We need quite a bit. We just don't want it too heavy. What you don't want is really heavy rain and high wind, because that will just flatten stuff down. Although it is young enough right now for our spring barley to come back up. So some of the winter crops might suffer a bit more. I don't know. Could we haven't put any stem stiffener on ours because the long range weather forecast was not that much rain and we want a bit of straw, so we've taken a risk of not putting stem stiffener. Harry and Jezza are desperate for rain. Yeah, we all are. And the thing is, where they are out there, they're on more of a brashy soil, so they probably drain even better than us. We're on clayish here, so it holds the moisture a bit better. And here, where we've slit, where I slit and rolled, actually I walked around the farm yesterday and I actually showed some of the slips are opened right up. This will soak straight, this won't run off. On our ground here, this is going to soak straight into the ground, so it's going to help. Yes, Helen's my cousin. So she is a treasure, Helen Jones. She is definitely a treasure. So I regularly, well no, not regularly, don't go out, but every time I go up there, we usually have a little cuddle. So don't tell Eddie. Who applies the stem stiffener in? Mrs. Yeah, I wish. No. I nearly said Reg does it, but then that was saying wrong as well, didn't it? So stem stiffener is applied through the sprayer. So Circus Zaire is in Western America. Well, that's where they are then. That's what they're doing. So, oh, there's 400 of you. God bless you. Do you know what? I did think I might get 40 today if I was lucky because I've been gone missing. Yeah, so ground cracking, although to a lot of people think it's a really bad thing, in some ways it's actually with it. It's like natural cultivation. You want the ground to crack sometimes to allow air to get down into it, and it can help. So shortish, not too long, dry spells with the ground cracking actually lets air right down inside and can help. It allows things like organic matter to get down into the ground as well. So yeah, it's not necessarily a terribly bad thing, but we did definitely need this rain. How's Mum's kitchen going? So Mum's kitchen, Julie's kitchen, I think is being started tomorrow. All the dates are set in the diary. I can't actually remember where they are. So the electrician is booked to come and do the lights and move a few bits and bobs. The plumber is booked to come and do, we've got to move the gas main for the boiler, and we've got a few other odds and sods to do, and then we're literally pulling the old kitchen apart, knocking through. I am going to video this so you can follow the progress of is Famous Dave to the yes, Famous Dave is in there, so there'll probably be the odd cuss word. I'm sorry about that. I'll edit out what I can, but you know, Dave is Dave. And it's not like I don't encourage him sometimes. So yeah, we've chosen the tiles for the floor. That's going to come up on a video if you haven't already seen it. Slightly different to the ones we've got now because we can't match what we've already got, and I'm not ripping out all the tiles in the kitchen. So yeah, there is going to be the new kitchen. All the units arrive on the 3rd of June and the worktops arrive on the 6th of June. So I'm hoping by end of the second week of June, it'll be finished. Maybe. Hopefully. I mean, I love that kitchen mind also will remember her. Yeah. Look, I could go up to Helen and Tones anytime and sit in her kitchen and we will put the world to rights. So Helen is a treasure and she's definitely in charge. Everybody there, everybody at the corner farm knows who the boss is. And it's not, well, it's Helen. Yes, Mum. Whatever, she's in charge. It's great to catch up with you, Ian, and also Funky Farmer. Yeah, Robin Teesside for putting fruit on midnight so the dew could help. So yeah, that's what you've got to do. if you've only got dew to help get your fertilizer in, or you put liquid on. So yeah, at the moment Reg has got plenty of liquid. So you live in the Tillerton Edgerton area and you're desperate for some liquid fert. Reg has got loads and he'd like to get rid of it. So he doesn't really want to keep it in stock any much longer. So, but he did say to me yesterday that he hasn't sold the combine. So I may not have to look too far if he hasn't sold it by the summer. Apparently no one's offered him enough money for it. He's had plenty of people offer money, but they don't want to pay it now. They want to pay it later in the year. And he goes, no, if you want the combine, you've got to have it now. And I think the reaction was, well, if we get a bit of damp, I said, there's only going to be a couple of combines catch fire. He said, don't you worry, it'll be gone. So I said, there was a combine catches fire. Can't guarantee the. Did he pass TB? Well, they didn't test me, Eminem, but yes, all the cattle did pass TB. We're not open yet. We have to clean the sheds out, which is sometime in the next 2 weeks, in between building kitchens and going shopping and buying materials and mucking out and finishing the work I'm doing over at Teller Farm. I've got loads to do this next couple of weeks. So yes, as soon as we've done our cleaning certificate, sent it off, then we'll get opened up, and then I can sell live cattle. Because I've got 1 or 2 people who are interested in buying some of my young heifers, and there will be some for sale. And we're probably going to put them in calf first to whatever we're going to put. Thank you, Heather. Yes, it was a massive relief. So I recorded the whole thing, didn't turn the microphone on. So, but you all know now that will be passed. It's not a secret anymore. So about a dozen people messaged me and said, and everybody who messaged me, I'm not encouraging you all, mine, next time I have a TB test, to send me a message, because that could be hundreds. And it'll be a case of, I'll tell you, did you get the goodies yesterday? Goodies. What goodies, Angela? I've not seen any goodies. So, just joined it. Wayne, guest or just joined standing by? Okay. Yes. So the passing TB has basically opened the doors for options. I'm not shut down. We could still have moved cattle over to the farm, but only for 60 days. And to be honest, if I was doing it for just 60 days, it's hardly worth it. By the time you've moved them over there, got them settled in, it's time to bring them back again. But yeah, now we have options. So next TB test should be around about mid-November. Brendan, thank you. Yeah, it is a huge relief. So Colin gave biscuits out to Holly for you and treats for the dogs. I've not seen anything, so, but I haven't seen much of Holly, because I don't know if you know, Angela, Holly moved out on Friday. So the day you picked up your cake, or wherever it was, she was actually in the middle of house moving. So Mrs. P and I have the house all to ourselves again after 30 years. And it's actually quite nice to have a bit of peace and quiet. No mess, no noises, no strange smells, because girls are smelly creatures. So yeah, so I've not really seen much of Holly. She's been busy sorting out her new home with her friend. So empty nest. Yes, Paul, empty nest, but I don't mind, because none of them have moved very far away. And if I want to see any of them, I can get to every one of their houses within 15 minutes. And they can come see us within 15 minutes if they want to. So the door will always be open to all of them. Simon, he's off. It's nice to see you on Sunday this afternoon. You're welcome, Simon. So yeah. Right, 59 minutes. We are nearly done. So I won't be doing a live next Sunday, but I will be doing the one the Sunday after, which will probably be a members one. And have the cut over this farm for 60 days. That's the TB rules, Dave. If you're shut down, then you have to have a test every 60 days. Grandkids, no, not here. So you can get into the bath. So I'm having a new office. That's what's happening. So where we have an empty, much bigger room now, where I was in the little tiny room, which you saw before. Thunder. I'm now going to have a much bigger office, and I'll be doing my lives from there probably. So I'm going to set myself up a proper little live studio that I can do stuff in there live, and maybe do other stuff. So yeah, I'm going to have a bit more space for me and the office and the farm and the dog and you. Thank you, Marion. Thank you for joining us. Right, that's it. Your hour's up. We've done enough. So what's the news on the demos? I mean, more demos coming, hopefully. Shaz. Oh, are you? Oh, then. Well, come and say hello, Sharon. Right, I'm going. Thank you very much for joining us. I hope you didn't miss us too much. I'm sure you didn't. That's it. Thunder and lightning and cat are going back outside. Oh well. Yeah. Right. Bye bye. Thank you for joining us. Have a good week.